Hey, I'm Cody Nesper. Welcome to the Legacy Project. A few years ago, I had my first daughter born. Her name's Charlie, and we've got another girl named Dax, and they're my absolute world. The best thing that's ever happened to me. My wife Elise and I are just so thankful to have kids and to be on this incredible journey. But when Charlie was born, there was this immediate tension and anxiety that was born out of a desire of giving her everything we possibly could. Um, when I was in my teens, around the time of the global financial crisis, um, my my family actually lost everything, and so in the pursuit of trying to help the family move forward and to be able to find a way to you know to provide for them, it took me everything I could to try and put myself into school, and then every additional dollar going to support the family as much as I could. And I think it was in those moments that I developed this resilience and passion for never passing that down. And so today I wanted to introduce you to like our hopeful legacy project. I follow so many incredible YouTube channels and Instagram channels that are so helpful when it comes to things like finances or family or anything. But the reality of it is that so many of them are so much further along in the journey that it feels impossible to start. And sometimes it feels like not only is it impossible, but it feels like they're doing it on so many more dollars than your average person is actually making. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to share our journey as we're trying to build a legacy. We want to build a legacy that communicates that we care about our girls and their future and their kids and our grandkids and their kids and their grandkids and so on and so forth. And so I want to figure out how to invest and grow and develop and create pathways for financial success so that our kids might have different opportunities, more opportunities to be generous, more opportunities to grow wealth, more opportunities to spend time differently. I know that every day that I go to work, I'm so thankful I've got a job and that it pays well. But the reality of it is that I'm also just so disheartened by the way that the world runs. I'm so thankful to be in this time period that we are, where realistically companies have never been more humanitarian than they are now. But I still think there's room to grow. I still think it's crazy that we work these at least 50, 60 hours weeks, and some people still can't even afford to put food on the table or to live in their city. I think it's wild that there's no pathways forward for this. And so what's been burdened on me is a sense of responsibility to share financial information, to share family information, to share fitness information, to share anything that can help elevate our lives and to create a legacy beyond our lives, a legacy beyond ourselves, a sense of hope in the future. And call me crazy, but I think there are other people who want it too. And so what I want to do is I want to cultivate this community that exists somehow on the internet where we've got each other's backs and we can do these like weekly check-ins or communications or inspirational moments or whatever that is possible. I want there to be a place where you can find somebody that goes, hey, I've got your back. I've got your back in breaking generational patterns. I've got your back in trying to get out of debt. I've got your back in trying to dream for the future. And so when I have a dream for this YouTube channel, it's so much bigger than I can really even voice. But what I want to do is I want to create I want to cultivate enough finance here that we can start just giving it out. My ultimate dream is I would love to, every time we have a video, give away money, like a substantial amount of money, like so much money that it could change a family's like course of living. I want to give away money that it could give a single mom and her kids an opportunity at a completely different life. I want to give away enough money that that people can have scholarships and funds who didn't think they had access to school. I want to create a legacy that lives far long beyond me. And some of that is generosity. Some of that is going to be shared generosity. Some of it's strategy, right? When it comes to like financial aspect in 2022, I feel like everyone's just so focused on wanting to create that passive income and become a mogul. And that's wonderful. Great, cool. Do that. Phenomenal. I wonder how quickly you'll get bored. I think I'll get bored. I recently was asked, like, if you had unlimited money, what would you do? And I think at this point in my life, what I would do is I would spend as much time possible investing into people who have legitimate, practical dreams and applications for the world in the future. I want to fund musicians, and I want to fund artists, and I want to fund people who have business ideas. I want to fund local restaurants. Like, I think life can get so much better. And I feel like the American dream has gotten bogged down by this idea that success or happiness or life looks like something that we can buy or attain or achieve. But I don't think that's what it is. I think that the goal of life is to see life in a perspective of how much more can we give? How much more can what we've learned here live on in those of others? And so this channel is going to be specifically dedicated to topics like finances, friends, family, faith, and some fitness, just for the alliteration. Just for shiggles. I got to figure out how to get the 5 S's in there. But, yeah, come on this journey with us. Come see how Elise and I are incorporating things into our marriage and into our family and into our parenting. Not because we've got it all figured out, but because I actually want to be honest. And I want to share what's working and what's not. I want to talk about how difficult it is to become an empathetic parent who's focused on breaking generational patterns for the kids who are coming behind. Like for my kids. It can be so challenging to do that. And it takes every single day to put that type of focus into your behavior and your language and your time. And every day I go to bed happy but tired. To be completely honest, I just feel like I've got it so easy compared to so many. And some of you might feel like you have it easier than me. Some of you might feel like looking at our circumstances may be impossible to get to. But I've got this dream that out of this we can grow wisdom and learn from each other, and that the internet can be a place of positive connection and meaningful connection to share and to lift shame off of all types of topics of society. And I want to be here for it. I want to be here with you guys. So would you come on this journey with Elise and I? Would you figure out how to do this with us? Would you watch our mistakes and our failures? Would you listen to some interesting strategies and ideologies that you might be able to implement into your daily life? Would you find inspiration and hope to maybe dream just a little bit longer, to persevere just a little bit longer, to put your gumption into everything that you've got? I don't know how this is going to work on YouTube. Most of the time I feel like I've got nothing to say. Most of the time I just think, why would someone want to listen to this? But I got the audacity to hope that just maybe a sense of vulnerability and reality when it comes to these topics might actually find something new for all of us. I'm not going to become a TikToker or an influencer who's telling you all the things you're doing wrong or all the things you need to implement, or how if you just change these 3 things, it's going to change your life. I think realistically, every day is a new day to put a stake in the ground for the people that come after us. And to be honest, for the people we live with today. There's so much room for us to improve and to grow and to love better and to live better and to lean into relationships. And I'm dreaming here. Would you come dream with me? Would you come dream with Elise and I? Would you help us financially set up our kids for the future? And I don't know how to do it. I'm fascinated by the idea that I can leave something more significant for my kids. I mean, in all sincerity, right now I'm trying to figure out how to support my kids while also provide a possibility for my parents to retire. I don't even own a house. We're living with them right now. We're sharing a place that's way too expensive and way too small because all of a sudden the Phoenix market has grown so much. And I don't know how to provide for my parents or my kids. I don't know how to actually set them up. I mean, I do in theory, right? It's like invest and allow compounding interest to grow over a long period of time. I can do that for the girls. That sounds great. like small amounts over a long period of time will ultimately be a lot of money. I'm with you. I get that. I'm sure you've heard that too. That's wonderful. But realistically, I don't know where to spare it. I don't know where to find it. I don't know how to afford a place. I can't figure out how to leverage everything I've done in life to find a place where we can all live comfortably and we can afford it. And I think there's so many people that are in that situation, or maybe even a situation where there's no grandparents involved, right? It's purely just like, I don't know how to take care of my kids. I don't know where they're gonna live. I think in a day and age where people are being paid more and more money, we're actually finding that the ability to access simple, livable situations is actually decreasing. And it's terrifying. And I think the reality is that we can't sit idly by. And so silly me goes, hey, I'll make a YouTube channel. We can talk about this stuff. But it's not just going to be the channels. It's not just going to be me talking to you. Like, you're going to see links to my Patreon below. And I know that sounds horrible. Like, for any of you guys who've studied antiquity, then I almost didn't sign up for the Patreon because it's the patron-client type of relationship. And I don't want to be swayed by the people that are, paying for us to do this. But also, by doing so, it creates freedom so that I can help do one-on-ones, do group conversations, to create these chats in this space for people to be able to have resources of somebody who'll listen, who'll engage, who'll talk, who'll strategize, who'll brainstorm with us. And I want to have that. I think we need that community. And so I'm asking you to help, not just send up hope and belief and prayers, but I'm also asking you to help invest. Help that dream become a reality, that we could, as a group, collectively supply so much money to people who are in need, to single moms who don't know where their next rent is going to come from, to people with disabilities who are so stuck in life, for people who have even made poor choices with their finance and are so in debt that they can't move forward, for people whose mental health is breaking down in the midst of a society that doesn't care about them. Can we dream a belief for them too? Can we help create a pathway for that? Will you be a part of that? Will you help? And I'll always talk about it and create a sense of transparency in what we're doing. But if there was any way that you could help us on this journey to build a legacy, that would be incredible. And give room for us to be able to share about even more of what's going on in our life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I believe that every day that you take a stance and draw a line in the sand for yourself and for the people that come behind you, you are creating a sense of legacy, and it will live long beyond you. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon.